Canadian government came up with a significant announcement allowing international students to work more than 20 hours if they wish to do here in Canada. Typically, as an international student, somebody was allowed to work only 20 hours along with their education in part-time job. However, due to labor shortage and low levels of immigration from past 3 years due to COVID, Canadian government had no choice than opening up the floodgates and allowing international students to work more than 20 hours. There are some pros and there are some cons, and I would also love to give you a bit of tips to take advantage of this particular situation if you're an international student. Here are some pros. If you're an international student struggling with your finances, this is a great news because you can work more than 20 hours. Because of high inflation and high living expenses, we cannot cope up with 20 hours of part-time job and the income what you make through that. You would not be able to pay all the bills. Right now, if you're living in Toronto, the typical average rent is around $800 to $700 for a single room, and that too it's not at all in a livable condition. So it is a great thing that you can go out and work more so that way you can have better lifestyle and better living. Next thing, you would be able to open up for more opportunities like more part-time job which you were not qualified because they were not looking to hire a part-time employee, but now there are more opportunities which are available for you. Last but not least, you would be able to gain that Canadian experience because as a fresher when you come to Canada, you do not have that Canadian experience, and due to this course of action of working more than 20, 25, 30 hours or so, or even 40 hours, you will be able to develop that Canadian experience. Once you graduate, you have something to show on your resume. Here are some cons. So typically what happens, like in a lot of international students work in cash because they want to pay their fees or they want to make more money, etc, etc. So now it is legally eligible. People can work how many hours they want because the government of Canada opened up the floodgates. So now people might get distracted thinking that, you know what, man, everybody are working more part-time job, my peers are working more, my friends are making money, they're paying their fees, etc, etc. So now even though you don't need that extra money, there are high chances that you might get distracted from your primary education and venture into part-time job. And remember one thing, guys, the reason why you came to Canada is to educate yourself and empower yourself and become a better personality. And when you don't do that and divert your attention from educating yourself and getting into a part-time job which is not really adding value, like a factory job or any other place where you don't learn skill and you're just making money, even though you work 40 hours, you make money, but you would not really benefit out of that at a later point. So please be aware and don't get distracted. So this is a very important point you need to be keeping the consideration. Here is a $1 million tip I want to give you guys. Now that the Canadian government opened up the floodgates and you can work 40 hours or more than 40 hours, how many hours ever you want, now a lot of companies would be open to hire you because companies are looking for skilled employees who are in the zone, who are hungry, who want to really make it happen in their life. They are looking for that kind of talent. And who else is better than international students who are in Canada? 500,000 active international students in Canada who are excited to hit the market and start working and contribute to this Canadian economy, right? So now as an international student, you have a lot of chances that you can actually bag your full-time job while you're studying because big companies like BMO, CIBC and any other banks or retail sectors will be open to give you an analyst role or a specialist role or a coordinator role because you're eligible to work full-time right now. So make the best use of it. Get the theoretical knowledge from the colleges and practical knowledge from your job and bag an awesome career in Canada.